Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of a new series on our channel. We still haven't sort of got the mobile one sorted out, but we thought, there's no reason why we can't be doing the indie game one. So this is the first episode of our Small Bytes series, and we're going to be covering
Portal Nights.
Yeah, Portal Nights. So Tanya had a little go on this just so she get the gist of this. I played this probably about 6 months ago and got really excited about it. Trouble is, spin through it super quickly. It's only a small game. It's being developed by Keen Games and published by 505 Games. You may have heard of those before. It's kind of a mixed bag of sorts. As you can see, I have a level 27 ranger and 14 hours put into him. We're first going to have a look at Tanya's character, because this is one of my main gripes. We're going to go into the world she created, which is just the first world, and then we'll have a look at some of the more advanced stuff. So this game's kind of sort of a Minecraft Zelda mashup. I say Zelda because it's got a similar combat mechanics with the lock-on camera.
Looks pretty as well.
It is a really pretty looking game.
That's what I like. The look of it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the plus sides of this game. It's the sort of the art style is really crisp, clean, and smooth, isn't it? Very colourful. Yeah. Obviously, Tanya's only seen this level, but we'll have a look at some of the other sort of levels because the biomes do change. So this is like the first starting area. You've got your little noob house and that. So the whole premise behind this game is you come to these tiny little worlds.
Stuff.
Yeah, you can make stuff. I think the making stuff's it's kind of left in the back. You don't really find yourself making spectacular buildings like you would in Minecraft. It's really focused on these little adventures. So you go to these little levels, then you get enough portal stones to go through the portal and go to another one. The crafting is pretty much just upgrade all your armor and your crap, so you have better stuff and you look fancier. It does have a fairly in-depth character creation, and there's currently 3 classes. You've got the warrior, the mage, and the ranger. And they work exactly how you would expect. The warrior does slashy. You can even get axes and stuff, and probably hammers as well.
Change the hair and stuff really good.
Yeah, the actual character creation thing. There's a lot of different options for eyes and hair.
Can you change the ears?
yeah, you can even change the ears. But the problem is, you may know from previous video, I really like bows, so I have no problem playing with the ranger. But hold that thought, because I really like playing warriors as well. As Tanya well knows, I like being the big barbarian and slashing stuff to bits. And the problem with a warrior is the combat is really crap. There is apparently some updates come in. When I played it, you could only do it in this mode, and this would automatically do this. You have to turn this off in the options to be able to do what I'm doing here, slashing everything. But normally it would do this lock-on mode, and it does this automatically. And as you can see,
you can only get one thing.
The camera just goes nuts. It's all right when it's sort of one-on-one, but most of this game you're probably going to get being mobbed by loads of stuff. So you might want to turn that off. The only downside is you can only dodge roll while you're in the lock-on menu. If you try and do it when you're out of the lock-on menu, your character just jumps. So it's kind of, I don't know, you're kind of hindering yourself.
Either way.
This is exactly why I've played as the ranger, because the ranger, you can just sit up and fire your arrows off at people. It doesn't even matter if you lock on to stuff, because you're just firing arrows at stuff. It's not a problem.
Not going to kill you when you can't see where it is.
So this is something that needs to be worked on. Apparently there are, hopefully, the next patch will fix a lot of the issues with the warrior and make them a bit more interesting. So obviously this game's still in early access, so don't take anything we say to how it doesn't, reflect the game entirely. Things may change. Stuff may get better. We're just going on how the game is now. As I run away from this Hollow Knight, I need a little heart. Thank you very much. And we're out of here. Let's try and kill this before it kills me. You don't lose anything on death. It's just a bit of.
Leveled up.
Yep, we leveled up. There is a level up mechanic as well, and you can get different talents. They don't really do much. Most of them are passive. You currently can go to level 30, which is it's not too bad. You do get passive stats as well, so you get a bit stronger. We'll have a quick look at the basic crafting menu. So this is like the little starter house that you come out in. And we will have a look in here. So yeah, it's probably one of my worst problems with it is the warrior combat, because I would like to play the warrior. So it's pretty simple design. You've got little tabs all organized into different things. It shows you what you need. You go out, get what you need. You come back, you craft it, and there you go. Job's a good 'un. Right, so we will have a look at my character. Yeah, and we will go into some more in-depth stuff of what's later in the game, so I can actually show you. So this is my character. He's a ranger, and this is...
Pirate.
Yeah, he does look a bit like a pirate. I do like the different armors and that. They do change your appearance completely. From set to set, they look really different. So it's quite nice. Has quite nice effects going on as well. So... yeah, this is my starter world, as you can see. Well, yeah, it's not really bigger. I think all the levels are very similar size. They're this sort of cube shaped. They've just got different things on them. You can plant stuff, grow stuff. As you can see, I'm growing a load of stuff here because you need that for making stuff. But yeah, this is pretty much how the...
growing carrots.
Yeah, I'm growing some carrots and loads of cotton. So this is pretty much how the ranger works, is you point and you shoot. As you see, there is a bit of a curve to the things, which is quite nice, rather than just like traveling straight. It does have a bit of a drop-off point. This is level 1. And I also have a bow that can give me health back. But you can, I think you can, if I remember rightly, you can fast travel if you bring up the map. So let's get in my house just so I don't get attacked by stuff.
Oh, you can't get attacked inside.
No, they can't get into the door. So as you can see, you've got storage chests with all different armor. And you've got some limited different things. Pretty much everything you make is not vanity. It actually has some kind of semblance of you use it in some way. So you can make different spells. Upgrading armor. There don't really seem to be many vanity items around. But if you bring up the map, this is basically your travel screen. So as you unlock new portals, you can go to different worlds, and some worlds have multiple portals that branch out into different places. Every 10 levels there's a boss, and they vary in difficulty. They're not too hard. Obviously things are a bit easier if you play multiplayer. This does have multiplayer online, so if you want to play with friends, you can do so. It currently caps off, if I can find it. I think it was, level 30, so the last boss. And this is kind of like a little bonus zone. So it's a bit disappointing they haven't added any more content on this way. Progress does seem to be fairly slow on this game. As I said, this was pretty much 6 months ago when I played this and blitzed through it. I got really excited and blitzed through it, and honestly I don't see an awful lot different with it really, which is a bit disheartening. There are a lot of patch notes and they do seem to have worked out some kinks with it, but they haven't really added anything onto it. But I can show you some of the different biomes. We'll go have a look at one of the snow ones, so we'll travel there. So I've clicked stay by accident. That's not very professional. Let's go. Oh, no, I don't want to set that as home. Some things that they have added into the game are invasions. So, making a base and holding a base and actually having a base for the sake of having a base is a bit more viable now, where before you really just used it to go there and dump all your crap. Let's quickly do this.
Yeah, but you're growing stuff, so...
well, yeah, but I'm never really there because, this is the problem. Because each world is different, they're so small, you never really spend much time on a world. The whole premise is just get enough portal shards to open the portal and go on to the next one. So, you may spend probably maybe 10, possibly 20 minutes per world, and that's it. Other than gathering stuff, you're not going to really spend any more time there. So the place where you set as home to make your base, the only time you're going to be going back there is just to dump all crap there. You don't really spend a lot of time around there like you would in, say, a game like Minecraft, where it's very open and you're building a massive town. You don't really have the space to do that. And that's, I don't know, it's good in a way because you have different experiences at each level, but you don't really, have a bond.
Yeah.
You have no obligation to stay somewhere. You're a bit more of a sort of a traveler. Yeah, traveler. You go in. But I mean, the different biomes are nice. As you can see, this is a snow biome. You've got plenty of different enemies. So we got little cat things, and
it's way different to my one.
yeah. So this is a snow one. There's also these mushroom ones. If we go have a look at one of those as well. A little portal animation. All the worlds are randomly generated as well, so that's quite nice.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So they'll be different for each person, so they never look the same. I think they're set on the map at what biomes are what. So, after this boss, there's always going to be a tropical biome and there, but the actual layout of the biomes is going to be different for every person. So no person's the same. As you can see, this is yeah, you can see there's different ores and stuff around for you to collect. If you do fall down there, it is instant death, so you do have to watch out for where you're digging. As you can see, the little worlds are not entirely that deep, so you can't really dig right down to hell, because you'll probably just dig your way to a certain grave. But this was a mushroom biome. It's not too bad. As you can see, very green. And there's a few others, but I won't ruin it for you. You can go find them out for yourself if you are interested in this game. So you got a tropical one. Another problem with some of the levels are some of the portals can end up in the middle of like little cave areas, and that makes them really hard to find. I think, if I believe rightly, I don't know if they fixed it or not, because obviously it's a while since I played it. But I believe it was one of these worlds, and you ended up in a big crater. I think it was one of the ones where there's multiple ways. And I found like the portal to this one really easily. I could not find the portal to this one here, so I ended up spending probably a couple of hours just randomly digging, trying to find the portal. And that does kind of get kind of tedious, and it's fairly annoying thing to do. But, hopefully maybe they work out some of those kinks and they get rid of that. And this game has the potential to be really good. It looks really nice. Really just need to sort of focus on, getting it feeling nice, getting the combat really entertaining and interesting. Possibly maybe upgrading some of these abilities, these talents that you get per level. Because most of them, as you can see, increases strength by 25%, adds a 10% chance that attacks against you miss. They're all very passive. You don't have anything that's really activatable. So you don't have like, oh, you unlocked a lightning ability. Now I can fire lightning arrows. You activate it and you can fire them.
Do you pick them, or do they pick them for you? Can you pick them?
Some of them do. These... As you can see, the ones where there's two, you can pick between either one. But again, there's not much between them. As you can see, like you can either increase the mining damage by 15% or reduce the durability lost when mining by 30%. Okay. There's not very interesting, it's not something special, is it? You're like, oh, I got to level 5. I've got an amazing ability now. It's just kind of passive stats, and I think it's a bit lazy, really. It would be nice to have something that was a bit more interesting, or even more options, so you had like maybe 5 options that you could choose from, so you could really build your character different. So if your friend was playing, say, a hunter, and you were playing a hunter, your characters could be built completely different. Maybe your friend was super fast and could run around and had like buffs that they could increase their speed further, or they could dodge roll more efficiently, but yours had like longer range on his bow and he could like snipe people and stuff like that. I mean, that would make the game a lot more interesting rather than what it is, because you're probably looking about a 10 to 12 hour adventure if you blitz through this game. So is it worth your money at the moment? Well, I kind of leave that up to you to decide. I don't know how sort of Tanya felt, because Tanya's not really used to playing with
it's not the game I didn't like, it was the keyboard.
It was the keyboard, so that's more to do with you as a player, because you're more used to consoles. But honestly, if you get you start playing more PC games, you get used to doing it and you'll find it more comfortable. That's more to do with you.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the controls are pretty tight, other than that problem I was on about with the Warrior. But turning off the auto lock camera is definitely a plus. It's just not being able to dodge roll, because obviously I can sit here and just pick off people and snipe people, and I'm out of harm's way. But the Warrior, you're in there actually attacking, so not being able to dodge roll is kind of a downside as well. So that really needs fixing, and hopefully in the next patch that does get fixed. I don't really think there's any more to this game, really, to sort of talk about.
No, I was just talking about the controls, but that's me. It's not the game.
Yeah, that's more you. They do have added controller support, so you can use a controller with this now.
Oh.
I don't know how well it works. I'm not really fan of controllers for PC games. And honestly, for most PC games, I don't see why they do have controllers, because if you're on a PC platform, most of your sort of gamer base are going to be playing with keyboard and mouse, because that's what we're used to, isn't it, guys? We're all used to the old keyboard and mouse, and people can gripe how good controllers are as much as they want. I still prefer keyboard and mouse as much as possible for any game. But yeah, so this has been Portal Knights, and I hope you enjoyed this. Obviously, this is kind of a first try for us, so content will be getting more efficient and better in the future. And yeah, so you know what to do.
Like and subscribe.
See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.